Hey YouTube, what's up? It is a Tuesday, which means we're going to do some Magic the Gathering, and today we're going to do a best of 3 historic game, but I'm not using Grixis control. Instead, I'm using Dimir control, so it is just blue-black, there's no red, and it's a lot grindier. So, buckle your seatbelts, here we go.
Hey there, it's Grixis, doing all kinds of things. Hey there, it's Grixis School, playing all kinds of games. Pokemon and Magic the Gathering, come on down for all kinds of wild things.
All right, before we begin, let's take a look at the deck list. I'll go over what it is and what's going on. For your convenience, I've got Opt to draw cards, Disfigure for that early game creature removal, Duress to deal with cards in their hand, Search for Azcanta to find what I need, Cast Down as removal, Noxious Grasp as removal, Thought Erasure, same purpose as Duress except it hits creatures, Narset, limit their draw, fill my hand, 1 copy of Sinister Sabotage to get that little counterspell Edge, 2 copies of Cry the Carnarium to remove creatures, Ashiok times 4. This is the win condition. This is how I'm winning games. I'm literally just controlling the board and Ashioking them. It is not fun. Chemister's Insight to draw cards, Ritual of Suit to clear that board, and Liliana, Dreadhorde General. That is my other win condition, and then a bunch of lands. Hopping on over to the sideboard. Oh, I've accidentally cut something in this process. It says 59. Hopping over to the sideboard, we got 3 Spell Pierces, 2 Grafdigger's Cage, a Negate, Noxious Grasp, Murderous Rider, Unmoored Ego, another Ritual of Suit, Vraska's Content, and Oogle the Ineffable. So I'm going to try to figure out what this one card that I accidentally, you know what, let's just go home and discard the changes. There we go. So let's get into the games. Dimir Control, this is inspired by a deck that I used to play in Standard a very long time ago. Where I played Nephalia Drownyard Control, and that is why the deck is called Nephalia. So let's get into some games. All right, we found our opponent. So here we go. Nephalia Drownyard Control. Oh boy, this is a hand. We'll just keep it and see what happens. Because we've got Opt, we've got discard spells, we have Narset, we have Ritual of Soot. I'd say we're pretty well off here. So I think what I want to do is go for the turn 1 tapped castle, turn 2 fabled passage, and that way I have Opt ASAP. The other option is fabled passage turn 1, find a swamp, and duress on turn 2. Actually, let's do that. Fabled passage. Great, they've played a tapped land that is blue and red. That makes me think the duress play was the correct play. So let's find that swamp real quick. Boop. It's being a little laggy, isn't it? Okay, Field of Ruin. That's fine. We don't need that just now, so we're definitely going to play the tapped castle. Wow, 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 wow. So we are against control. Grixis control, no less. So let's get rid of Mastermind's Acquisition, I think. And next turn, we will get rid of the Narset via Thought Erasure. So let's see a tap land. No? They are Thought Erasuring us now. So we have lost our Thought Erasure. That is unfortunate, but that is the way of the game. So let's go with Field of Ruin and then end our turn. Interesting. They do not have Narset mana. So hopefully we can draw a counterspell here. Cry the Carnarium, put that on the bottom. And it is a swamp. That is unfortunate, isn't it? Let's go with the main phase Opt. I don't really like doing that. Ashiok, perfect. Keep that up top. So we will play the Ashiok right now, and we will just start the plan, which is mill. Oh, they have an Engrath. I love that card. I really want to play that card. This card here, Engrath, the Flame Chained. Each opponent discards a card, loses 2 life. Gain control of a creature till end of turn. Untap it, gains haste. Sacrifice beginning of the next end step if it has converted mana cost 3 or less. And then each opponent loses life equals the number of cards in their graveyard. I absolutely love that card. So let's discard Ritual of Soot because it's not going to be super good here. Drowned Catacomb, which is good. But this Nicol Bolas is like a huge issue for us. So let's find our answer to whatever our answer to that is. Let's find it. There's that air conditioner again, coming in right on time. Oh, baby. This is not going to go well for us. We are going to take some serious bolus damage here. And by we, I mean Ashiok. What do we got? Bedevil. Oh, boy. Oh, yep. Nicobolus. Not coming at Ashiok, coming at Narset. That is okay. The longer this game goes, the better this game is for me, if that makes sense. So let's take the top 4 cards. What we should have done is Thought Erasure first, but instead, let's hang on to the Thought Erasure and use Sinister Sabotage, because I'm sure they are going to try and go for some value. And there's nothing I love more than taking away my opponent's value. There it is! Search for Azcanta. That is a pretty valuable card. Let's let him have it. I would like to save my Sinister Sabotage for something a little bit beefier. So here it comes, Nicobolus at the Ashiok, which we are fine with. There's plenty more Ashioks to go around. We need to clear this bolus like ASAP, though. This is a huge problem. We cannot use Field of Ruin just now, or we can't use Castle of Vantress just now. So let's take our turn, and it is a Ritual of Suit. Let's Thought Erasure. Hopefully we get something good. Get the Mastermind's Acquisition again. Disfigure. Terrible in this matchup. Be gone, Disfigure. Hopefully we can draw a new Ashiok to keep the Search for Azcanta as an enchantment. Hopefully they never get to that 7 cards in their graveyard. Although we can only take 5 hits from a Nicobolus, so we have to find an answer ASAP. The only answer is Liliana. That's the only answer in the deck, is Liliana. Oh, there they have it. Now we have more answers. Oh, I have Murderous Rider. That's another answer. But they're going to start drawing cards here. No, they're taking my Ashiok. This is crazy. Oh, man. I'm going to get Ashioked. No. No. This is very unfortunate. Well, now I have my own Ashiok. So what do you have now? This is fun. This is fun, isn't it? What's cool about Ashiok is it kind of turns Field of Ruin into a wasteland, which I really like. I really like that. So are they going to slay their own Nicobolus? No, they're not. They're going to let my Ashiok survive, which is cool. Though I suspect they will kill Ashiok next turn because Ashiok can get pretty scary pretty fast. There's their Nicobolus. Dragon God. We are absolutely going to Sinister Sabotage that. That's a huge problem. Oh, I have another Sinister Sabotage. That's it. When I accidentally made a cut in my intro, I cut a second Sinister Sabotage. But I'm going to draw that next turn, and that'll be good for us. Oh, nope, never mind, because Ashiok. I am not very good at calling this stuff today. Usually I'm pretty good at knowing exactly what's happening next. There's the island. I can start using Castle Vantress now, which is cool. So let's Ashiok them, another 4 cards off the top. I have to clear that Nicobolus. I have to clear that Nicobolus. If I can get a Murderous Rider, I can clear that Nicobolus. What's my graveyard look like? No Murderous Riders in there yet. Not my graveyard, my exile. That's fine. You can Thought Erasure my Ritual of Suit because it is not a good card right now. Bedevil. There it is. Bedevil the Ashiok. That means I'm doing well. But I am running out of Ashioks? There's one there. There's one there, and there's one there. I have 1 Ashiok remaining. Oh, and there's a Liliana. No. For every card you draw, my Ashiok only gets better. So, draw away, friend. Bottom, bad. That's not a Murderous Rider. That is not a Murderous Rider. Ooh, this is not going well for me. For us. We're losing together. Angrath, there it is. Let's just go to the next game, because this is obviously not going well for us. So, I will see you in the sideboard. Alright, here we are sideboarding. So let's take out Noxious Grasp right away. That's not doing anything for us. There's no Murderous Riders in the main. Okay, we'll take out Cast Down, we'll take out Cry the Carnarium, we will take out the Rituals of Suit, and we will bring in Murderous Rider, we will bring in Negate, we will bring in Spell Pierce, and I think that is it. Vraska's Contempt. And now we're at 60 cards. Let's hope for the best here. Going into game 2 against Grixis Planeswalker Control. That's so funny. The day I'm like, I'll play a different deck, I go up against my deck. Except their deck version has Angrath's Rampage, which is so cool. Let's keep this hand. This is much better. There's no discard, but that's okay. We have a counterspell, a draw spell, and a Liliana. Let's see what they do. Let's go, Hip Freddy. Look at my little fox buddy. I unlocked the fox with all the armor and the glowing lights. Isn't it cute? You can pet it with your cursor. If you click on it, it gets excited. Oh, wow. Usually my camera covers it, but I switched to being here in this little corner because I hide down in my corner because I like my corner. I am happy where the vermin play. I should have a glass of water while I'm doing this, but I don't. Okay, let's go. Island. The threat of Opt. Oh, boy. Castle Vantress. Let's make them think we are Blacklist. Search for Escanto. Thought Erasure. Doesn't matter what they think now because they have seen my hand. And there goes the Sinister Sabotage. No, they'll go with the Liliana. Nope, Sinister Sabotage. Terrible. Well, if that's what they want to do, I'm going to play Watery Grave, which was bad. I should have played the Swamp that they had seen and left the Watery Grave hidden in my hand. But I don't think ahead. Let's go with Swamp, play Narset. Hope for resolution. Got it. Duress? Thought Erasure. That's pretty good. I will keep the Thought Erasure in my hand. Fires of Invention. That is what the deck is. So this is unfortunate. We brought in Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce is terrible against Fires of Invention. So let's go with Duress. Take their Engrath. And let's go with Swamp. And I don't really want a Thought Erasure, a Bedevil. I have a Narset at 1. She's going to die anyways. I will Thought Erasure that when I get closer to playing Liliana. For now, I want mana to use Chemister's Insight before they resolve a Narset. Boop, boop. And I've drawn Sinister Sabotage, which is very cool for me. So now that they have a hidden card, and they still have that Bedevil, obviously, we are going to Thought Erasure. Take the Bedevil, and they have 2 lands left. Put that in the graveyard. No, let's keep the land. End the turn. End the turn. We have no way of dealing with Fires of Invention at all in the deck, which is unfortunate. Oh, there's the concession. Awesome, we got the concede. So let's hop into game 3. So Spell Pierce is so sketchy to bring in against Fires of Invention, just because if they resolve Fires, Spell Pierce becomes a terrible card. But I really don't see anything else in my sideboard that's better. Ugin's pretty good, deals with the Fires of Invention, deals with their Planeswalkers. Yeah, let's bring in an Ugin and take out a Liliana. That seems fine. And then Unmoored Ego, I've hit the Unmoored Ego with, or Fires of Invention with Unmoored Ego, and I just wasn't very happy with the results. Another option too is I can bring in 1 Cry of the Carnarium, because sometimes these decks will bring in what's his name, the little goblin dude. But having the 2 disfigures for the goblin dude just seems, I think I prefer that, because I really only need the disfigure to deal with the goblin. I don't need a 3 CMC spell, I just need the 1, so I'm going to keep disfigure for the goblin, the Legion Loyalist. That comes in and usually ruins my day. So here we are, game 3 against Grixis, Fires of Invention, using Dimir, Ashiok, Mill Control. And this is absolutely a keeper. They're going to play some sort of tap land. So now we can have Spell Pierce mana, or we can just go in for the Duress. And I think that's exactly what I want to do, is go in for the Duress. Look at that. That's a lot of cool cards. What is in my hand? Not much. We have the Spell Pierce, which is great. Let's take their Ashiok and then rest comfortably knowing we have a Spell Pierce and another Spell Pierce. That is good stuff. So we're going to go with Drowned Catacomb here, and hopefully they play something that we can Spell Pierce. Show them that we mean business. There it is. Spell Pierce the Narset. And we got Search for Azcanta. That's great. So we are going to play our Search for Azcanta while keeping Spell Pierce mana active, and hopefully they play something that we just Spell Pierce. Thought Erasure. There it is. So we are going to Spell Pierce the Thought Erasure, and then they can just they can take the Chemist's Insight, and then their turn is over. So let's put that in the graveyard because we really want to draw an Ashiok here, but we didn't. So that's lame. But we're going to play Island, and now we have the Chemist's Insight to draw 2 cards on the end of their turn. But I fully expect to see Mastermind's Acquisition here. They're either going to search for a card or pull something from the sideboard. We'll see what they choose to do. Search your library for a card, put it into your hand. Sure. And because they're searching for any card, they don't actually have to show it to us. We don't get to see what they search for. So if we found Duress, that would be pretty good. So on the end of their turn, we will use the Chemist's Insight. Let's discard the Watery Grave, pretend like this mystery card in our hand is really good. Awesome, we got Duress. Let's put that on top of our deck. So the play here is Swamp, Duress, take whatever they're holding on to, take the Acquisition, and then we play Ashiok. Now they do have Nicol Bolas in their hand, and I fully expect them to play it next turn, but that's not the end of the world just yet. We will see how it unfolds. There he is, Nicol Bolas in the flesh. I'll discard my Field of Ruin. That is fine with me. And now we are going to put Ashiok in the graveyard, transform that, and then there we go. Okay, so let's activate Azcanta. A Thought Erasure. Let's take the Thought Erasure. But we saw what happens last time they got Nicol Bolas. It does not end well for us. So we really need to find an answer to Bolas ASAP. Ow. That's okay. You can take my Disfigure. It doesn't do much. So now we play Narset like this. And hopefully Narset finds us something to get rid of Bolas, which it won't. But we got Sinister Sabotage, so that's okay. We'll take the Sinister Sabotage, have control of the game for 1 turn. Ow. Okay, search for Azcanta. Ugin, perfect. We're going to take a hit from Nicol Bolas here, but then we can just slam that Ugin and then clear the Nicol Bolas. Ow. So they're going to attack for 4, probably flip Nicol Bolas, and then do an ability with it. We'll see. I'm expecting they will take a creature or planeswalker from my graveyard. Yeah. There it is. Ashiok. And they're going to hit me for the mill 4. Ouch. So let's play Nicol Bolas as... Not Nicol Bolas, sorry. They look so similar. Let's play Ugin, as previously discussed, and nuke their Nicol Bolas. All they have now is Ashiok, which by itself is not super good. And I say that with love because I like Ashiok a lot. And that is my whole deck's win condition. We'll see what they do here. Search for Azcanta and Nicol Bolas, Dragon God. Why does this keep getting worse for me? Okay. Not good. Not good. Not good. Liliana. Let's go. Start making tokens. What are they going to find? A land? And what did they draw? They're going to use their Nicol Bolas to make tokens. Let's activate Azcanta. Please find Murderous Rite. Oh, Vraska's Contempt. Can't use it right now, though. Still good to have. Let's create a 2/2 Black Zombie Creature token. And then attack their Nicol Bolas with our 2... No. Let's go for their Ashiok. That's really what has to happen here. I get to draw a card, which is nice. Oh, a land! Oh, baby. Let's go for the main phase Contempt and exile Nicol Bolas. And now all they have is Ashiok. And I have 21 cards, and they have 31 cards. So they're winning the Mill War. Angrath. That sucks. Let's discard Thought Erasure. And then we mill another 4. Oof. So I can't afford to lose much more of my deck. So I am going to attack Ashiok. Feels bad. Main phase, Opt, my least favorite play. Narset. And now I can play the Narset. And then activate the Narset. And whiff. Narset does not find anything. So let's see what they do with their turn. They still can't flip their Search for Azcanta, which is really nice for us. They draw the card, which means it's probably something good. But I have Sinister Sabotage, so it's okay. Each opponent discards a card and loses 2 life. I'm going to discard my Search for Azcanta, keep the Sinister Sabotage that they know about, which is unfortunate, but that's the way it goes. Yep. Let's activate Narset. Bedevil. Sinister Sabotage, friend. Is that on the bottom? Or in the graveyard, rather. And then Narset will find us. What's their battlefield? They have a lot of lands. Sinister Sabotage, though. So good. Now, let's make a new token. And then all attack. Let's put Angrath down low enough that they can no longer take my stuff with Angrath. And I think it's safe to say, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I think it's safe to say that we actually win this game. Yes, I will discard a card and lose 2 life. I will discard the Narset and see what they play. They know I have the Sinister Sabotage, so they know what I'm expecting the concession here, is what's happening. Nicol Bolas, the Ravager. 100% Sinister Sabotage. There's a swamp on top of my library. We are going to put that in the graveyard. So now we ultimate the Narset. So they sacrifice everything except for one of each permanent type. So they have a land, an enchantment, and a planeswalker. Now, hang on. We will send 2 creatures at Angrath, 1 creature at their head. And we are going to keep this card in our hand. We're not going to play the island. I want them to think that I have some really spicy things. So I expect them to put this in the graveyard and then flip. Yeah, they're going to flip that. Now they have 2 lands, 3 lands. Okay, so it is our turn, and at this point, we pretty much just win. Yep, there's a new Narset. Our deck is running pretty short, unfortunately, but we can just outpace them with attacks. I don't even know if it's worth activating, playing an I'm going to do it anyways. Let's just... Math dictates I win before my deck runs out. So let's take Spell Pierce, because they only have 3 lands now. Spell Pierce has become good again. And there's a land. That's great. So I win this game in 2 turns. I'm not going to Azcanta. I will activate Narset. Take an Opt. Let's send 8 dudes at their face. Boom, 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 boom. There you have it. End the turn. They will search for Azcanta. I don't blame them. I would look too. But Elder Spell is, you know, it's a good card. It's going to kill my Liliana. That's fine. They can take my Planeswalkers. I don't care. They have 2 life. I have a horde of dead things. There it is. So there you have it. Dimir, blue-black, mill control, played against Grixis Planeswalkers, Grixis Fires of Invention. That was fun. Thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram and right here and on Twitch, all under Grixis School 15. So thank you so much for watching. Before I go, we are going to open a booster pack. So here it is, Throne of Eldraine. Let's see what's what. I do get a rare wild card. That's nice. Next is Mythic. Oh boy. Let's see what we got. Blacklands Paragon. Enters battlefield, target knight gains death touch and life until end of turn. Who cares? That's not a good card. I do have 3 Theros packs that I can't open just yet, so that's exciting. Maybe next week, open some Theros. So thank you so much for watching. You all have a good day, and I will see you in the next one.